So back in July, we talked about a Walmart listing of a whole bunch of Studio Series 86 figures. We talked about Jazz, Blurr, Cup, and the Dinobots, which were going to be in the leader class, the Prior being in the deluxe class, and then we talked about two Voyagers. One of them was Hot Rod, and the other one was Scourge. Now, Hot Rod, we've seen a bunch of images. We have a very good idea of what Hot Rod's going to look like. We have a little more that's still to be shown, which I'll probably be covering later this week. But at the end of the day, a certain reviewer got their hands on it, and we're going to be seeing more of Hot Rod soon. But also, this certain reviewer got their hands on the other casemate of Hot Rod, the Voyager Scourge. And he took a bunch of images, and those images have found their way onto, once again, a very reliable source of Cybertron Philippines. And Cybertron Philippines, these were the ones that gave us the Generations 10th Anniversary Transformers Prime Breakdown 2-pack. And now we have a look here at the robot mode, at least, of the Transformers Studio Series 1986 Scourge, or 86 Scourge as it's called. And I'm very impressed. I am very, very, very impressed at what I see here. Considering that this character's kind of had a very weird official toy lineage. The original toy, it was what it was in 1986. Then he got that titanium one in 2006 that was probably one of the better titaniums, but that isn't saying much from the 6-inch line. He had that Bakhan one in 2009 that was expensive and just a repaint of the Noise Maze / Cybertron Sideways mold. Then he got that amazing Generations toy that had a really good robot mode, and it was like, yeah, that's pretty cool, but that alt mode was its own little take. And then the Titans Return one in 2016, which probably led to this happening due to a trademark dying. But 2016 Titan Return, it was what it was. Pretty good. But it was what it was. So, outside of a third-party release in the Masterpiece price point, we've really never had anything that really tried to look 100% like the old Fluoro Deary animation model. But yet here we are, staring right at us, at least in robot mode, until the certain reviewer leaks the alt mode images. But what we got here is a very, budget masterpiece, Studio Series 86 Scourge. And great paint on him. I'm very surprised with the paint decos, especially considering how Scourge has a very unique kind of distinct face in Transformers with the beard and everything, and the extra effort that was put into painting that to make sure all those little details are there. The extra paint on the fingernails, because again he had those little pink fingernails that are also unique to that character, that was absent on previous releases of the toys at least. So it's really cool. It's really cool that they made the effort to do that. And the silhouette and the design, while it's not 100% like the Fluoro Deary model, mostly because of how the wings and the kibble in the back assemble, it's pretty close to it. It's pretty much there. And if I had one complaint, really, it's more just, a little more paint. Could have put it on the tips of the toes of the boots, and you'd have it there. Even the gun. The gun is great. It's leaning more towards how the animation model of his gun looked, less like the original toy. So going for that more animation accurate look. Very nice stuff here. Very, very, very nice stuff here. This is really cool. This is really, really cool what I see. And this, if this is an indication of what we're going to be getting from the Studio Series, we've already seen Cup. We have more of Hot Rod coming probably later this week, and we'll cover that when that happens. But this is really cool stuff. Hopefully we'll be able to see what the alt mode looks like, maybe later today, maybe tomorrow, who knows, when the certain reviewer is going to want to release this one. But this is pretty bonkers. This is pretty cool, and it gives me a lot of hope for some of those other characters like Blurr, like Jazz, and like some of the others. And who knows in the future if this continues, like maybe something of a Springer or an RC or, I don't know, Cliff Jumper. Who knows who they'll want to tackle from that continuity, from that time in Transformers history. But this is really, really awesome. Let me know what you think about this. Are you excited? I mean, this gives me a lot of hope for the line, because we probably weren't going to see an official Masterpiece Scourge anytime soon. So this is going to be a really good stand-in for a lot of people until that comes out, even if you're a Masterpiece only collector. And if you're someone who's just been collecting something in that Classics Generations price point, that Deluxe to Voyager to Leader, this is definitely going to replace everything that you've gotten up to this point. This is going to be replacing your 86 display Scourge for sure. This is really cool. Let me know what you think. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you think it's awesome? Hopefully we'll get a better idea of what that alt mode is going to look like. I mean, we could imagine it in our heads, but hopefully we'll have a better idea of it when Cybertron Philippines drops more images later this week, hopefully.